Namaskar and welcome to the presentation of the World TV Awards and closing ceremony of Asia Media Summit 2018. The 15th Asia Media Summit is an annual summit of AIBD, that's the Asia Pacific Institute for Broadcasting Development. The theme this time was Telling Our Stories, Asia and More. India is hosting the event for the first time. It was in two parts. The pre-summit happened on the 8th and 9th of May, and then the two-day main summit on the 10th and now the 11th of May. This is the World TV Awards ceremony where awards will be conferred in two different categories: Best TV Documentary on Migration or Immigration, and the other award will be Best TV Program on Clean Water for Life. Distinguished guests are gathered inside the plenary hall, even as the delegates now welcome Colonel Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore, Honorable Minister of State of Information and Broadcasting and Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports. The Honorable Minister is being greeted by the delegates representing 39 countries. Over 200 delegates from 39 countries and over 100 delegates from India participated in the 15th edition of Asia Media Summit. Plenary sessions happened on many themes like regulation, ethics, technologies, business models, and now the presentation of the awards and closing ceremony session.
I'm the Minister for Youth Affairs and Sports, Colonel Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore, and we warmly welcome him. The Asia Media Summit provides opportunities to broadcasters in the region to share their thoughts on media development. One of these opportunities is through the World TV Awards. The World TV Awards are open to broadcasters worldwide from the public and private sectors, as well as freelance producers. Broadcasters can submit their applications in the category of humanity, as well as science and environment. Today, we will be giving away two awards. First, for the Best TV Documentary on Migration or Immigration in the category of Humanity, and the second, for the Best TV Documentary on Clean Water for Life in the category of Science and Environment. I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Chang Jin, Director, Asia Pacific Institute for Broadcasting Development, as well as Mr. John Maguire, Director of International Relations and Cooperation from France, and the sponsor of the category Humanity, Mr. Abdul Rahim Suleiman, Director General, Arab States Broadcasting Union. I'd like to request Mr. John Maguire to deliver his speech as chairperson of the World TV Awards.
Honourable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me first of all to congratulate our Indian hosts. This event has passed off extremely well. It's been extremely interesting, and personally I've had a great time. It's been one of the best AMS that I have been at in a very long time. I've had the privilege over the last couple of years and the honour of being the head of the jury of the World Television Awards. The AIBD Television Awards are absolutely unique in the Asia-Pacific region. They give an opportunity to all broadcasters in the area, in the region, to showcase their productions, their documentaries. It's also a recognition, the prize is a recognition of the mountains of talent that there are right across the Asia-Pacific region. The winner of this humanitarian category, sponsored by ASBU, ticked all the boxes and was totally on message. It focused on migration, and it focused on the story of an individual plight. It was technically perfect, visually stunning, very beautiful, and an excellent example of television storytelling.
And now I invite the sponsor of the category Humanity, Mr. Abdul Rahim Suleiman, Director General, Arab States Broadcasting Union, to say a few words.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Thank you, Mr. Sin and IAIBD for organizing summit here in India. It is well constructed and valuable event. ASBO believe that the chosen theme is adequate and the presentation were good and valuable. ASBO would like to thank the host for their kind help and warm welcome. We in ASBO continue to participate in and support the AIBD and the Asia Media Summit for the last 15 years. Our cooperation extended also to training and capacity building. We are also pleased to support this year's Humanity Award and would like to congratulate the winner, which will be announced soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Suleiman. The award in the category Humanity goes to Journey on Foot Homewards, directed by Hang Seok, broadcast by KBSI Korea. Can we have the trailer, please? I'd like to invite on stage the director, Hang Seok. I'd like to invite the Honorable Minister of State for Information Broadcasting and Youth Affairs, Colonel Rajavendra Singh Rathore, to please come up and present the award to the winner, Hang Seok, for Journey on Foot Homewards. And the certificate to be presented by Mr. Suleiman to the winner. I'd like to request the minister to stay on stage and invite the winner, Hang Seok, to say a few words about his movie.
Thank you. This award means that my peers have acknowledged me and my work, and I should keep up with their expectations. I hope my program will cheer up viewers as they go through their lives and help them appreciate who they are as human beings. Thank you. 감사합니다.
We congratulate the winner and the sponsor. Thank you, sir. I'd now like to invite my co-host, Karma, to introduce the next award.
Thank you. And the next award is in the category of Science and Environment. This is for the best TV program on clean water of life. I'd now like to invite the sponsor of the category, Zhang Yilong, Director, Overseas Business Development of Star Times. And now I'd like to invite Mr. John Maguire once again, as he's the chairperson of the World TV Awards, to talk about this particular category.
The winner of the Environment Award tells a spellbinding story of one country's quest for water self-sufficiency. The prize-winning documentary was superbly constructed, visually dynamic, historically accurate, and fascinating. I would like to take this opportunity this year, where I find that the quality of the entries was absolutely top. I would like to take the opportunity to call on everybody here, all the public service broadcasters, everybody involved in the AIBD, to please put forward next year entries, as many entries as possible. The Minister asked me whether this year the quality was it difficult to make the choices. In actual fact, it was difficult to make the choices, but the two winning entries really did stand out. So I'd encourage you to please enter your best material next year, and the dates and the themes will be announced later by the AIBD. Thank you.
I'd now invite Mr. Zhang Yilong, Director, Overseas Business Development, Star Times, to say a few words.
Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Very good to be here. And I think today's very important programs is the environmental protection. And the environmental problem is one more serious. And we must use some science and high technique to protect our environment, which concern all of us. Government and the NGO already do a lot for this issue, but as a media, maybe we can do a lot. And we also take some action. For example, as StarTime is a platform, various content on our platform to broadcast to common people. I think like BBC, documentary, Discovery, this just introduce some high technical protected the environmental. So we hope more and more good content to come on our platform. This is also like a media social responsibility. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And the winner is, I think I lost the envelope. Just joking. And the winner is Blueprint for Survival, New Water, directed by Mark Ying Kwan, MediaCorp, Channel News Asia. May I request the Honourable Minister to please give away the awards. Oh, before that, we will just like to play the trailer of this documentary.
But even with success, the search goes on, because Singapore must never run dry of water. Blueprint for Survival, New Water, on Channel News Asia.
May I now request the Honourable Minister to give away the award. Congratulations. Would you like to come up and say a few words?
Ladies and gentlemen, clean water may become so scarce, it could one day cost more than oil. The lack of water is a problem facing developing and developed world, including Singapore. So my story was about how Singapore turns what is flushed down the toilet into water that's safe for drinking, and how it convinced me and 5.5 million Singaporeans that it is drinkable. It is a Singapore story, but it has world relevance. I thank AIBG for focusing attention on this very important topic, and I had a great time here in Delhi. Thank you very much for your hospitality. Thank you very much.
Congratulations once again. Thank you very much. That brings us to the close of the award ceremony. Thank you, Honorable Minister. May I kindly request the dignitaries on stage to please kindly take a seat. We'll be starting with the closing ceremony. And to start the proceedings of this wonderful summit, I now invite Mr. Chang Jin, Director, AIBD, to the stage to give his closing address. Sir.
Honorable Colonel Rajavardhan Rathore, AVSM, Minister of State of Information and Broadcasting and Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports. Dr. Abbas Naseri Taheri, Director General, International Department and Advisor to the President, IRIB, Iran, and President, AIBD General Conference. Ladies and gentlemen, all delegates, good evening. We are near the end of a very successful 15th Asia Media Summit. While immersed in the proceedings of our summit, I believe all delegates coming from the Asia-Pacific region and other parts of the world have been deeply impressed with the warm hospitality of our hosts, the beauty in the land, the culture and the people, the talents and wisdom of the professionals of the country, and the vision of its leaders. We also admire the warmth and ability of the young volunteers from this great country of India. So, first of all, allow me to say thank you very much, India. We had gathered on this beautiful land to discuss telling our stories, Asia and more. Stories are the embodiment of values and culture and vehicles to carry the same. It is through stories that we preach, understand, and appreciate what life is about. It is in stories that we record and epitomize what we hold dear to our heart. The vivid impressions we have from various sessions of this summit is only highlighting again the role of storytelling in the ecology of the media industry. As the only intergovernmental organization in the region for the electronic media industry, AIBD organizes this summit for it to be a forum for media professionals and experts, and our unique feature is the full support and involvement of government leaders and government departments. It is a great honor for this Asia Media Summit to have received a message from the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi. Prime Minister Modi points out that our region has emerged as one of the most promising regions for media business, especially the broadcasting sector. The opportunities for international cooperation range from technology partnership to sharing of successful strategies of inclusive communication, and our eventual aim shall be to deepen the media and democratic space in the region. Prime Minister Modi praised the theme, Telling Our Stories, Asia and More, as conveying the noble aim of the summit, of giving voice to the whole population in the region. We are extremely grateful to Honorable Union Minister of Information and Broadcasting, Srimati Smriti Zubin Irani, for her gracing the inaugural ceremony with her presence and her keynote address. She calls for better strategy in media policies, and she also appreciates the theme in storytelling, which could give rise to the flourishment of cultural traditions of not only nations, but also all humankind. This summit also received a video message from Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations, Her Excellency Amina Mohammed. Ms. Amina appreciated our theme of storytelling and supported the summit to explore media's role in sustainable development. This Asia Media Summit registered 395 delegates from 41 countries and regions. We conducted 6 pre-summit workshops covering the topics of storytelling, principles, methods, and aims, augmented reality and virtual reality, media law and ethics, digital terrestrial television broadcasting transition strategy, a world of listening, new ways to tell our stories, and mobile journalism. We had 5 plenary sessions on media regulation policies, ethics, rules and laws, mythology, folklore, and contemporary stories, telling compelling stories, challenges and opportunities, radio and community radio, sustainable development stories, special focus, and CEO roundtable, storytelling, and the success of media. We had 4 parallel sessions. Should all good stories be commercially successful? Asian values as broadcasting themes, new technologies in the broadcasting and film industry to enhance storytelling, and media business models in the new era. Honorable Ministers of Information from Bangladesh, Cambodia, and Korea, and more than 60 speakers from our region and other parts of the world, and the host country, India, deliberated deeply and thoroughly on the various topics of our summit. Alongside the proceedings of the summit, there were also discussions for more cooperation among member countries of AIBD and our partners in the region and the world. Specific suggestions were made on improvement of media policy for better and fairer society, concerted efforts in the SDGs, and setting up of new regional mechanisms of media content exchange. I believe this summit has unleashed, I quote from Prime Minister Modi, a new spirit for creative collaboration, for a better and more effective media partnership in the region, and new initiatives for future of the media in our region. Finally, I would like to thank all members of AIBD and all delegates for participating and continuing to support the Asia Media Summit. It has grown up and become one of the premier platforms in Asia Pacific to discuss and debate the most important current topics of the industry. With this flagship event, AIBD envisions to explore new dimensions and opportunities in the fast-changing expressions in media industry through a collaborative and inclusive network, and contribute to the growth of this industry in the rich cultural heritage of the Asia-Pacific region. We will soon announce the host and venue of the 16th Asia Media Summit. I hope you continue to support and can benefit immensely from this summit. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chung. I'd like to invite on stage Dr. Abbas Nasiri Taheri, President, AIBD. I'd also like to invite the Honorable Minister of State for Information Broadcasting and Youth Affairs, Colonel Rajyavardhan Rathore, up on stage. On behalf of the AIBD, we would like to present a memento of the occasion to the Honorable Minister for Information Broadcasting, Youth Affairs and Sports. To the Honorable Minister, to the Chairman and Managing Director, BESIL, Mr. George Kuravilla, a memento of the occasion. On behalf of AIBD, a memento to Chairman and MD BESIL. Also, I'd like to invite Director General IIMC, Mr. Suresh, up on stage. A memento to Director General IIMC on behalf of AIBD. And now I'd like to request the Honorable Minister of State to present his closing remarks.
Dignitaries on the dais, Mr. Chang Jin, Director of the Asia Pacific Institute for Broadcasting Development, Mr. John Maguire, seated amongst us, Director for International Relations, Cooperations, Mr. Abdul Rahim Suleiman, the DG, State Broadcasting Union, Dr. Abbas Nasir Taheri, President, AIBD Conference, nearly about 300 delegates who've been here taking part for the last 2 days, friends from the media, students from Indian Institute of Mass Communication and elsewhere. It gives me great pleasure to be part of this summit. When I think back, for 2 days, people from 41 nations were here, exchanging their experiences, exchanging stories. What a fabulous time I imagine those 2 days would have been. Exchanging notes on technology, on content, new delivery platforms, better cooperation ahead. It all speaks for better times ahead in terms of reaching out to the large number of people who need to be informed across all our nations. I know that South Asia, or for that matter, entire Asia, houses nearly 60% of the entire population of the world. And this is young population. We also are home to very rich culture, heritage, and history. And now, as things are developing, right from 1960 onwards, Asia has been shaping up, be it at that point of time Singapore, South Korea, Hong Kong, now China and India. The entire Asia is now looking forward to better development and becoming stronger economically, culturally, socially, in every which way. All of us, at all the time, are mostly telling stories to each other. They could be informative, they could be of entertainment, but at the end of it, they're all stories. How better can we communicate with each other? How better can we help people visualize the information that we need to give to them is, at the end of the day, making the storytellers better and better. And those stories then reach home to deliver the right message. There are people being trained on it. There are people who take naturally to telling stories. And that is the reason why we thought it's best that we continue this relationship of bringing everyone together on one platform and to learn from each other. We've been one of the best storytellers in the world. Then that constitutes all the nations of Asia together. Now, how those different stories can be better told is what you all would have exchanged in the last 2 days together. I'm told that the competition in various categories was tough. The more this forum gets popularized, the more competition there will be. In our country as well, we have a Prime Minister who's used his new method of communication, which is the social media, very, very effectively. He's developed a two-way communication now with his people. And therefore, in today's time, whichever be the country, whatever be the laws, with the days of internship, the days of internet, and the days of social media, I think what is more important now is who tells his story better, who tells his story faster, who lays out the facts earliest. It's very difficult to stop information today. So I think for any government and for any person, the best way is to tell his story in the best possible manner. And therefore to learn from each other and to learn from the best techniques that are available is what could be of essence and what could be the take-home message from your meeting that has taken place in the last 2 days. The poets, authors, journalists, cinema goers are all people who are part of this very essential message as to what is the story of Asia. For far too long, the Western countries have shaped the stories of Asia. I think now it's time for Asia to shape its own stories, real stories, stories of emotions, stories of success, stories of struggle, but eventually stories of human ability to conquer difficulties and move ahead. I thank you all. I thank all the dignitaries who've come. I do hope, apart from the deliberations that you've had here, you also had the time to visit this beautiful city of Delhi and also enjoy the cuisine here. I wish you all the best. Have a safe journey. And thank you so much once again to the hosts who put together this, this whole event. And I'm glad that you all enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, with that we come to the end of this 15th Asia Media Summit 2018. On behalf of the organizers, the Ministry of Information Broadcasting, Government of India, the Indian Institute of Mass Communications, Broadcast Engineering Consultants India Limited, we thank the Honorable Minister for joining us here for the award ceremony and for his valuable words. I'm Sukanya Balakrishnan, along with my colleague Karma Paljo. We thank you all for being a wonderful audience. We wish you a safe journey back home. Thank you and good night.
Congratulations to the winners of the World TV Awards 2018. After exchanging their stories and shared values, the 15th Asia Media Summit comes to a close. Myriad stories have been told and many more will continue to be told. Namaskar, Jai Hind.